Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Klim Adventure Rally jacket and pant, available at RevZilla.com. So to my left, I have Peter wearing the latest generation of the Adventure Rally jacket and pant. You can see in the silver black version, there's also a black version. So really what they did, they've changed a lot. Fit and comfort, totally different. Some of the functionality from a storage standpoint, totally different. The jacket also has a completely revamped protection scheme that's going to be a big leap forward over the original Adventure Rally, which came out and really was a game changer for the adventure market. If we look at Peter, you're still seeing a jacket, and you think about this product, you're still seeing the Adventure Rally steal from what they learned from the first Adventure Rally, from what they knew worked with the Badlands and Latitude so well, and you build a gore-tex pro shell garment that has armor connected to it, but it's really a modular product suited for four-season adventure riding in the most hardcore of elements. They really designed the original Adventure Rally to go do Dakar in. What they've done is they've taken the second generation, this Adventure Rally, and they've said it doesn't need to have everything on your body for 2 weeks of riding, but it still needs to protect you at an increased level than what we've seen of the best of what we've done before. So using Gore-Tex, keep this in mind. The waterproofing is in the outer shell. There's a lot of vents, they vent directly to the body, so great summertime riding. And then being that it's fully waterproof, fully breathable, for a guy that's going to invest north of $1,000 in a jacket, getting close to that same point in a pair of pants, most of the time what Klim has assumed is that you could use an Inferno base layer, you could use different wicking base layers, you're going to have heated gear. So if you're investing in this product, keep in mind there's no removable liners. It's armor and a shell, and about as technical as it comes. Love to hear your gut reaction. Leave it to us on our YouTube channel. Leave us in the comments. And be sure to watch our detailed breakdown of the pants, which I'm not going to cover in this video. I'm going to do my own separate video on the Adventure Rally pants. Let's talk quickly about sizing before I get into some of the key differences. Peter's 6 foot, 195, 42-inch chest. He's an athletic build up top. Peter has very muscular legs. So you're going to see him in a size 36 as he sits here in the pant. Really, he's between a 34 and a 36. But up here in his frame, which is for a 6 foot guy athletic, he's wearing a size medium. And you can see how the Adventure Rally sits on his body. Look at the way the sleeves comes down. This gets into one of the big changes. Key change, it's less boxy, it's less baggy. They built the original Adventure Rally to be able to pull all the armor and wear a compression flak jacket underneath. They found that a lot of guys said, I want it to sit on my body a little better, I want it to be more of a svelte cut, almost leaning towards that European cut, but still have an articulation that's going to work for a lot of athletic types of riding. You can also see how it kind of sits here on Peter. Lots of adjustability, you might as well talk fit and hit those points. Adjustability on the arms, both forearm as well as bicep, but there's now adjustability along the inside here, right along where, right along that high waistline we go. So you have the ability to cinch it down. Peter doesn't really have a gut, but if you had a little bit of a bigger belly, although he's in a medium, you'd be able to let the jacket out as well. So again, full range of kind of comfort and mobility that's been added. And I'm going to ask you to turn sideways. While we're still talking about fit here, look at the way the side comes down, turn backwards, show the back really briefly, and then come around to the forward. I want to keep in mind that if you have any questions, shoot our Gear Geeks line. We'll talk fit with you. We'll try to help you go down this path. So we've talked about fit. We've talked about adjustability, which is a big deal. And when you open up the jacket, I'm going to show you the harness. Still a kidney belt, still internal straps that will go over your shoulders to try to bear some of the load. The weight of the jacket is slightly increased, but they've added a lot to it. Let's dive from there. But before we even get into further seasonality, let's jump into some of the protections, because I want to home in immediately on the things that are different for 2013, again with this latest generation. Now, looking at the jacket, let's talk protection. Protection on this jacket is key, and that's one of the reasons you're buying such a technical shell. In the original version, we had super fabric on the shoulders on top of this Armacore material, and the super fabric in this version, it went from super fabric penta to super fabric dot. And what that's done is it's made it more flexible, it's made it a little more lightweight, as well as breathable in these heavy-duty super fabric panels. In the original Adventure Rally, sometimes it was so heavy because it was the pentagram-shaped panels, it would sit, it would fold, it would sag a little bit, it didn't have a very clean line. So what Klim did through their testing and through anecdotal evidence from the riders, they realized when people were crashing, even in gnarly crashes on this, they were never burning through the super fabric on the shoulders as well as the elbows and forearms and the knees anyway. So they said, let's use a slightly lighter weight super fabric version that still has the same properties, it'll breathe better, and it'll decrease some of the weight of the garment, but allow it to hang a little better. And you can see that. The other key change is on the original Adventure Rally, they used a material called SPL 600, which was a layered material that, again, this entire jacket has and pant have the Gore-Tex membrane laminated to the outer shell. On this generation, it's Gore-Tex it's Armacore, which is a mixture of aramid and cordura that's ripstop throughout the entire garment. So super fabric in your impact areas, Armacore in your main shell, and that's for pants, that's for jacket. Everywhere that you see that's not super fabric, that's not a zipper, or that's not this reflective paneling is going to be Armacore, and that's a nice protection upgrade. The other key upgrade from a protection standpoint is the armor they're using now. So we saw D3O in the original. This is now D3O Zergo. D3O Zergo, other than some of the other European armor that we've seen be molecular from D3O and some other products, D3O Zergo is really the best of what we've seen. It uses the Evo XT formula from D3O, which means it has the lowest temperature rating. So what we've been seeing as molecular armors from different manufacturers have rolled out, including D3O, is that at room temperature or when your body temperature heats them up, they're very comfortable. They're going to absorb the impact and disperse it across the molecules of the piece of armor. With D3O Zergo now using the new Evo XT, which the XT is extreme temperature, what it means is this armor will retain all of its protective properties all the way down to 0 Celsius. So in the bitterest of cold weather, the armor is still flexible, it's still comfortable, it still retains all of its shock absorbing, protecting properties. You see an asymmetrical armor in shoulders as well as elbows. It's going to be in the knee, and in the CE level 2 back pad, it's actually a D3O Viper level 2 back pad. So again, the full jacket's going to have the protection that you'd expect on your impact points. And now I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Let's break out the center line and break it down. In the Badlands Pro, we saw deflection from Dow Corning come into play. In the Adventure Rally now, we see dual layer Dow Flexion armor, which is it's a 3D honeycomb that creates space for airflow, but it has 3 layers of this stuff is the equivalent of a CE level 1 back protector. What Klim is doing with the Adventure Rally now, and you can see how the harness comes into play, and it's removable, but you have 2 layers of Dow deflection armor that starts in the sternum and rotates all the way around your rib cage, down towards your kidneys, into the back. So you're getting full coverage. You're getting almost a bomb-proof suit here, and you can see how things tie together on the inside. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but here is how your deflection would come on and off. There's our kidney belt, which is a little more lightweight. If you open it up, Peter, and we see, here's my big panel of deflection, and notice how it integrates with the inside of the jacket. And that's done because they've made the harness a little bit more lightweight because we have less, you saw the back, there are less pockets on the outside. So bring that bad boy back together for me. You can start to zip that back up. It doesn't mean I'm not going to make you unzip it one more time. So let's talk about reflectivity, because this is another key piece of what Klim has done. Klim is moving away from reflective piping. They're finding that through their research, from a safety perspective, from someone in a car, on another motorcycle, people will respond better when they can recognize the humanoid form. So Klim really at the 2,000 meter mark started saying, how can we make this jacket, when somebody hits it with a car light from way far away, how can we make it light up so somebody knows that it's a person? And really they looked to the road cycling industry, and they started doing some research on humanoid forms. How do we pick that up? What do we see? We see people's feet on pedals. We see pedal reflective. We see legs. We see extremities. So if you'll notice, the safety standard in Europe, I believe, is 150 square inches or centimeters of reflective material. This jacket has between 200 and 300 square inches of reflective tape. And you'll see it all the way down the extremities, starting at the shoulder, moving down the arm. Reflective tape around this zipper on the front. You're going to see it down the arm on this side. Turn sideways for me, Peter. You're going to see the reflective tape around his torso shape down the back, down the outsides of the arms. Turn completely backwards for me. You see it coming down along the back. You'll see it down as you get, remember, watch that pant video, but if you go into the pants, come back around to the front for me. Again, it's around the extremities. So you're going to see motion, you're going to see body position. If a person can recognize that that's a human being or a humanoid form, they will slow down much more quickly. Now again, keeping in line with other key nuances, we might as well talk about the outer shell now. In this version of the Adventure Rally, they're still having a lot of functionality, a lot of storage. 10 different pockets on the jacket itself, actually 12 different pockets. We found 2 more right before we shot this. If you look at it, your pockets are going to be down the center line, YKK zippers throughout, again with big beefy zipper pulls so you can find them with a glove. You're going to see it here on the sides. And standing on the shoulders of the pockets, really from a functional standpoint, and remember, I did mention there are hand warmer pockets along the side, which are a really nice touch. You also have these carabiner loops on the front. You can be able to put mace, bear spray, a heat controller. They're giving you a lot of those options, even if we look in this pocket here, a fully waterproof bag, because you have to remember, These are a new style zipper from Klim as you get into these pockets. They're called YKK AquaGuard Vizilon zippers. Vizilon is the beefy zipper that we see on all the gnarly adventure products from a lot of manufacturers. These AquaGuard zippers now are asymmetrical. So what happens is the bottom side allows for strength in the zipper. The top side allows it to be even more water resistant. And you have to remember, this garment is Gore-Tex rated for their on-road motorcycle testing, which means for a half hour, they put a mannequin with this full suit on it, sitting on a motorcycle, and blast it from every angle with water. But you have to remember, that level of waterproofing is different than saying, well, I have it zipped up, I can jump in the pool now. Zippers, if you filled a pocket with water and squeeze that pocket, eventually water would come out. It's very, very difficult to completely waterproof a pocket. But keep in mind, this is a waterproof garment, and it does pass all of the Gore-Tex waterproof safety and seam sealing standards. Moving past that, I've educated you on how these zippers are different, and the AquaGuard zippers are a completely different thing than what we've seen in the past. Let's move into venting. And this is going to be one, I said this is a 4-season garment. You say, how dare you say that? You have to be able to breathe in this garment. Gore-Tex allows you to sweat and allows the perspiration to come out through the membrane. But when it's hot and you're wearing something this heavy, you need vents. And there's 8 different vents here on the Adventure Rally. So you're going to see on the chest, again, beefy zippers that come down, and they're going to flow air right in there. Biceps, you have a vent at the wrist. And then if I turn Peter backwards, I'm going to show, and that's on both sides, you now have 2 big exhaust vents that come down the back, and I can actually get my hand all the way through. So again, just on the jacket, there are my 8 main connections vents for airflow through the jacket. Now come back around to the front for me. Now I'm going to let you know a little bit of a secret that Gore-Tex has done. So they looked at the vent configuration. They said, we want to put these vents in prominent areas, and rather Klim has done. They said, how do we do that even knowing that you can't 100% completely waterproof a zipper and have it, and it's going to be tough to pass the Gore-Tex test. So what they've done is they've increased these. Every zipper has a Gore-Tex flap that's a vent that actually protrudes, and when zipped, the zipper is going to go right on top of it. And you can see the way it's connected on both sides. That's a rain gutter. So any moisture that would get through the zipper would now fall straight down to the bottom and would actually exit through the bottom of the zipper. And notice the tops of the zippers, which are a weak point, because that's where they connect to the garment, all have zipper garages. So again, forward thinking, very much thinking about motorcycle riding at speed, being pounded by rain, and making sure you have the best chance to keep Mother Nature out. Now, another key change in the exterior, and it's funny, we haven't even gotten to the interior yet. Talk about the exterior of this jacket. 2 collars are going to be included. This first collar is completely removable. It's completely fleece lined. It has an adjustability with a pull on the back. This collar is going to be your normal everyday collar. And what Klim wanted to do, they're calling it their civilian collar. They wanted to make an adventure collar that would cover you and make you waterproof and interface well with your helmet, but also give you the ability to look normal if you got off the bike, if this happened to be this jacket and a pair of jeans, if you have to go for a quick jaunt. It's fully removable. And just like the last version, if it gets really, really hot in the summertime, you can completely pull the collar. I'll show you how I did that. I did that very quickly, very easily as I break it down here. Spoke too soon. There we go. Notice it's fully fleece lined. This is Gore-Tex. It is Armacore, and you have the adjustability factor. But I've now pulled it, and in the warmest times of the year, you could absolutely ride this jacket with the collar wide open and get an increase of airflow. Now you might ask, why is it removable? It's removable because it includes a secondary collar. There's a secondary collar that's new and improved from Klim for this version of the Adventure Rally, which is going to interface with a Liat neck brace. It allows you to have a completely waterproof garment. You'd put your Liat on first. Your Liat would go directly against your sternum. Your deflection armor would snap over top of the sternum piece for the Liat. Your Liat would sit on your shoulders, and then the secondary piece would zip on and actually create almost like a convertible rag top, which is fully waterproof. It is Armacore, and seal that Liat brace in. That's a nice touch. You're fully integrating your armor. You're having it sit against your body where it's supposed to go. And again, it's Klim's opinion that you shouldn't be wearing Liats on the outside of your gear, where other manufacturers have done different testing. They've done different things. Again, that's just that's how they have approached solving this problem. A couple other key nuances too on the new Adventure Rally before I break it down and dissect it on the table, I want to hit on. The first one is the monkey paw. This has been a very polarizing feature. It's this gusset that comes out, goes around your hand, and creates a good seal between your sleeve and your glove. Some people love it, some people have been cutting them out. What Klim has done, new for 2013, is they have one seam that really is kind of this, I'm calling it the sweater seam, because it's one thread that if you remove, it creates a clean, finished hem, and the monkey paw just comes all the way out. It actually probably leaves you room to be able to reinstall it if you like. But again, for you guys that like to remove it, you're not going to have to change the garment or do something unrepairable if you want to move it out. The other thing is, Klim has always had a solid cuff here, but now they're going Ron Popeil style on me, and that's my joke for set it and forget it. If we look, you're now able to adjust the circumference of the cuff with the Velcro, and then to get in and out easily, you have the ability to pull it up like this. There you go, see it a little better. Have the ability to use this water-resistant zipper to get in and out, to give you enough room to just rip your arm right through. And I'm gonna fold this back actually and show you the finished cuff here. Talked about the monkey paw. Might as well show how they did it. If you move it up like that, you're gonna see, and that's actually the string right there. You can see how that hem goes around. That hem stays if you remove the monkey paw. The other thing I wanna talk about a little bit is something they didn't do in the Adventure Rally, and it's a newer technology. It's a stretch material from Gore-Tex that's still waterproof. Turn and face away from me. You're gonna see it, and I should have talked about it when I had Peter backwards, but I might as well just re-hit it. This is a stretch ripstop material that keeps Gore-Tex waterproof breathability. It's the only other material that's not Armor Core or Talisman, which is the super fabric on this garment. And you can see it right here along the back panels. So that's one of the reasons that Peter, who's 6'195", can wear a size medium. He gets enough room to move around, but now he has an outfit that's going to be a bit more of a svelte cut, more an athletic build for him. So now that we have the Adventure Rally off of Peter, let's dissect it a little bit on the table. Sometimes it's harder to get into some of the nitty-gritty when it's on a person. So we start to break it open again. You're going to see me undo the Deflexia. And I want to show you, as you start to get into the interior of the Adventure Rally, they start to use micro Velcro. I noticed this. I like this. I think it's well thought out. We see micro Velcro when it starts to come close to your skin because there's less propensity to bite you, and it also is going to stay out of harm's way with any liners you might be wearing. Again, it's well thought out. Now I'm opening up my Deflexion armor here, this Dow cordon stuff. And remember what I said, 3 layers equal a CE1 back protector. There are 2 layers here. It promotes airflow as well as protection. So you're getting great sternum and rib protection, but also you're creating space. And we've seen this on 3D mesh that's not this beefy on a lot of jackets previously for hot weather riding. When you have the garment sitting flat against your skin and airflow is going through it, the air is working harder because there's no space. By having the honeycomb weave here in the Deflexion, it's creating not only space for hot weather riding to get better circulation, but it's also in the coldest weather riding, in nasty wind, sleet, rain, whatever you're seeing. If the front of the jacket starts to really get wet, and even though the water's not going to get through, it's going to get cold. Having this layer is going to be nice and keep that away from your body. Also, we talked about the lightweight kidney belt. I think I mentioned the passport pocket, which is hidden, which again, if you saw the pant video that we did on these products, they have a hidden money belt as well. Again, designed for crossing the border, not knowing what kind of situation you're going to get into, being able to keep your vitals maybe a little bit more hidden. And notice this kidney belt, the way that it constructs. It's heavy duty in its design, but it's also mesh, so it's going to be breathable. And for those of you that aren't used to riding in a kidney belt, it has the ability of keeping your body in, keeping yourself upright and more comfortable. It saves you on fatigue. Now the bulk of the guts of the jacket are going to be mesh. You're going to see that throughout. And there are some other things going on here. You'll see pockets for the armor as you start to get close to them become a different stretch material. They're also using micro Velcro so they're not going to bite you. Now if I open up one of the pockets, you know, we talked a lot about the Zergo armor in this video. Show you how beefy this stuff is. 22 to 23 millimeter. And that's almost 2.5 centimeters thick. That's insane. And notice this is a left shoulder. Good protection on the front, good protection across the rear deltoid on the medial side or on the lateral side of your body as it wraps around towards the back. Again, anterior protection on your shoulder is key because a lot of times you end up on your back, you end up sliding. Trust me, I've done this. And if you look at the girth of this, it's a monster piece of armor. Underneath the Deflexion, you're going to see that there are adjusters. There's plenty of adjusters. And again, we're emphasizing here on the Klim Adventure Rally the backpack perception a little less. In the first Adventure Rally, you had all those pockets on the back. You had to support that load as if you were wearing a traveling backpack. Here, you could very easily take the backpack element or the straps out of it. You could take your Deflexion out if you wanted to. You can see how easily this adjusts up here along the back, along the collar. Again, it's completely removable, and that's that modular, flexible factor. Depending on how you're riding and what you're riding, you have the ability to choose. We did mention the Viper Level 2 from D3O Molecular Level 2 back pad. And then the nice part as well, if you get down here towards the seat, 360-degree zipper that'll marry with any size pant from Klim. So the male and female sides of the zipper are completely the same length regardless of the size you buy. So now you don't have to worry about marrying it that way. So if your jacket's 2 sizes bigger than kind of what they would think the average pant would be, you're not going to have a tough time connecting these YKK zippers together on this light stretch panel. Moving into the other side, you can see a similar mesh configuration, and you can also see that there are mesh pockets on the inside that are geared to hold potentially music, and then up towards the collar you're going to see that loop where things would come out. So again, they're thinking about long-term riding, they're thinking about highest degrees of functionality, but also comfort and creature comforts as you would move towards varying degrees of technical riding or varying degrees of leisure within the motorcycle riding adventure sport. And if you want to learn more, you want to compare and contrast the technical features of Klim within the range compared to the Badlands Pro or the last version, if you want to compare and contrast the Klim to Revit or Ruka, give us a shout. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. I'm Anthony. I hope you got some great information and were able to decipher some of the nuance and some of the major changes for the new Adventure Rally. We'll see you next time on RevZilla TV.